One TV special report.
Other branches is it expedient also to provide regulation for installation of new poles. Naaba ni sa ordinance nga mag-install og bagong poles.
New poles ba?
Mr. Chair, Ordinance 1059-13 already provides for the specific section on the mayor's permit fee for electric posts. This ordinance is what this ordinance seeks to regulate are those which seek to attach onto existing poles. So for new poles, Mr. Chair, nanatay ordinansa nga kinahanglan gid sila mag-submit for the mayor's permit per year.
There's an old ordinance na require for installation of new poles. So, di na nato i-include sa ordinance. Okay? So, in other query, Honorable Ciso, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I would like also to be given enlightenment, Mr. Chair, regarding our present ordinance. If may we require the CDRRMO, the city disaster, on what are those prioritized nga mga poles nga kinahanglan gyud nato nga kanang i-monitor bitaw, Mr. tungod sa kadugay na especially giingon ganina sa for public safety ni Engineer Momay nga itom-itom na kay recently na arabay bagong natumba karon sa labo kay nailubin natumba naapil ang mga post ng katungkaraan na Mr. Che nga dangerous sa public. So maybe we could include the city disaster nga dapat na siya priority nga unsa na gyud tong kinahanglan na gyud nga makuan ma-implement tong bitawng mga dili na ng spaghetti na bitaw gyud wirings nga wala na gyud bitaw na bantay pero dangerous sa sardo sa public.
Sir Dundon, can you respond to that?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. The CDRMO's contribution to the operation in clearing our ng mga spaghetti wires is we were tasked to prepare the maps kung asa to mga priority areas. So we provided them with including photos sa mga because we regularly conduct inspection sa ato apog nga mga kanang ato ang condition sa atong mga wires ba. Kay pertig yung daghana gyud kayo while the city is struggling to make the our city beautiful, no? But in contrary nighangad nimo na ay mga daghang kay nakalayhay, and there was one time that we also conducted kanang sa katong prescribed nga height sa where they are supposed to be kanang allowed nga mo gina para dili mga sangit ba. So we are coordinating with them. So we are on our 4th or 5th Friday, so every Friday we coordinated in kaning sa pagkandak nga clearing operations, Mr. Chair.
We thank you. Kining ordinance na regulate lang sa installation of wires, cables, para dili kayo mo daghan bagrabe. Para atong limited atong ang di na spaghetti wires, di na mahitabo na. So kanang mga dangers sa mga poles nga delikado na, it might be another concern, So, lahi na basi covered na sa other ordinance. So, we'll stick to this ordinance nga ma-regulate sa mga wires, cables, other attachments sa poles, na sa aming city. So, okay. In-inquiry, Ma'am Wano?
Mr. Chair, we would like to manifest to add a provision requiring the mayor's permit fee on electric or telecommunication poles or posts prior to acquiring the permit to attach. This is to strengthen also the enforcement of the permit on poles, just as what Engineer Mumay have made mention earlier, so that we will not be we will be assured that each pole where the permit to attach is being applied for is already regulated by the LGU.
Okay. Nanay, separate regulation na pag-install og pole. Honorable Lorley, hindi si Press Please.
Mr. Chair, my question addressed to Ma'am Oano. In case like sa case Samuel say, so di ba daghan man sila og poles. And then kung mag-add na pod sila og poles, kuha na ba pod sila og laing business permit for that certain poste?
Ma'am Oano, please respond.
Yes. With regard to their application, actually the payment for permit fees sa ato ang electric poles is incorporated during the renewal because the essence of the provision and the ordinance is that the tax or the permit shall be paid annually to the office of the city treasurer within the first 20 days of January. So it is assumed that in every renewal, the additional posts shall be accounted for and be paid for 500 pesos because the mayor's permit fee is 500 per post annually.
Okay. Any other query? Sir Persing, you have the floor.
Good afternoon again to everyone. Ma'am, per pole ang bayad? Is it per pole ang fee?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is just a suggestion, Mr. Chair. Kanang as ma'am from the city engineer said, kung magtao ng MOLC new poles, they have to inform the office. Kaya para ma-appeal sa pag-ihap. Maybe, pod siguro, kung magtao sila pole, kinanglan, atras na ginadaan. Kay bago naman ang pole. Kay we have noticed sa atong kadalanan, there are still poles na wala pa mabalhin sa MOLC because under the conditions by the DPWH, naman sila bayro noon sa MOLC which until now pa nila mabayad mo na di nila ma-transfer. Then, if I may suggest again, kung diya sa atong ordinansa, we place the exact height of the wire na mo traverse sa dalan o the plane. As far as I'm concerned, I know na under the building code of the Philippines, ang wire na mo traverse sa dalan dapat 18 feet high. Then ang sa the plane 16 feet. That's why di ko madakpan. Kaya I know the law. Sige ko kaputol actually. Makaputol may pero among van containers only 13 feet. Imagine na maigop ang wire. Meaning to say ang wire na nagtabok sa dalan is only 13 feet kaya maigop man sa atong truck. So there is a need for correction on this pagtao sa mga wire. Dapat diha pa lang mag-attach na required na ginang saktong height yun. Then, at this point in time, I would like to commend the LGU and as well as the City Council sa inyong job well done na karon ng atong dalan. Limpyo na kayo kay tungod ang spaghetti wire na reduce na. Moving further, magwapo na gid atong syudad.
Thank you, Sir Persing, the last statement. But we have also to, Sir Francis, Attorney Francis, can you respond to the first concern of Sir Persing?
Yes, sir. Unsa to?
Sa imong last statement, Sir Persing, salamat may sa imong recognition sa gihimo sa LGU City Council. But your first concern, mo comment si Atty. Francis katong sa height sa mga wires.
Oh, yes. 18 feet kung mo traverse sa dalan.
Yes, Mr. Chair, that is actually precisely the problem na we let the installation of wires go unregulated. Na they now try to ignore the law because simply walay ordinansa nga nagmando sa ilang mo follow aning mga standards nga giset. So this ordinance now, we will now have a task force to ensure proper compliance, proper documentation of these wires, and ultimately to ensure again our public safety and order.
Okay.
Yes.
Sir Persing, kaning ordinansa mo comment sa itong balaod nga Pero wala bagi specific mga pa-enforce sa local ba? Muna nahimo ta ordinance para ma-regulate na gini nga atong sitwasyon sa Osamis City.
Yes, Chairman.
Okay? Ma'am, Engineer Momay, first.
Regarding atong giingon ni Sir Pershing, Mr. Chair, nga ipadapli na. Actually, ang permit nga pod nga ako ang gipasabot is kinahanglan maguna sila og clearance from the DPWH. So, ang excavation permit yun dapat kwaon nila sa mga posts kay mag-excavate man guna sila, especially along the National Highway. So, kinahanglan magkuha sila og permit. So, kana lang pod nga strict si naa naman gud tay ordinance ana before pero dili wala siguro nato na fully enforced ba kay kaning naamang mga posts nga katong mga mga bag-o lang nilang gitaod lang nila. I don't know if they nag-comply ba sila sa kuan sa kanang sa highway clearance nga 30 nga right of way or 10 gikan sa center line nga kuan kaning distansya. Also, katong mga saging wires mo na ang ato ang kuan pod karon nga murag moubos siya, mo pod na ato ang gilimpyuhan karon katong mga nagsag. So mo na siya ilahang ibandol ang mga wires. As to ubos siya, ang istorya atong telecom company na ako namagod sila distansya sa Muelsi nga wire. Kung ang Muelsi nga wire nasa taas, kinahanglan sila, naapod sila sa ubos, na sila minimum distance pod. So if you say nga ubos-ubos sila, kinahanglan si Muelsi mo pasaka pod. Para sila mo saka pod. Murag mo na ilang explanation sa among during one of our meetings for the clearing, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Momay. We also hear from Engineer Titis, please.
Mr. Chair, lahi po na akong concern. Una, mangutana ko, unsa dining foreign attachments kay mura na specific man diri include wires, cables, boxes, antennas. I'm tasked magod, our office is tasked to remove unsightly posters. And with the upcoming elections, definitely, kini ato mga poste, mapuno na po ni siya og mga campaign materials. So, ma-appeal ba ni siya or shall we hold the poll owners responsible for these campaign materials nga i-attach sa ilahang mga polls? Kaning mga advertisements po, I'm also tasked to remove those advertisements nga wala ning lukat o kanang permit sa ato ang BPLO that or ning expire na ang ilahang payment. So, mao nang akong concern kung ang foreign attachments ma-include ba ni siya.
I think, Attorney Francis, we shall include this foreign attachment pa in the definition of terms. What is foreign attachment para ma-clarify na sa ordinance?
Thank you po. Mr. Chair, the entire thrust of the ordinance is to prevent the poll from becoming overloaded. So foreign attachments would also necessarily include not only those attached above, like wires, but also those attached in the middle, such as the advertisements, and then, as engineer said, other campaign materials. Because under our current tax code, there is actually a provision which requires the payment of taxes before the posting of signages. The process of this ordinance now is before maka-post sila sa ilang mga attachments in the middle of the poll, they will have to secure the same consent to attach from the owner nga, manangid sila nga, magbutang sila dito, and then permit to attach from the BPLO. Because the poll integrity structure does not only mean nga kanang antaas ang alanganin, but also I believe, in the middle of the poll, it can also be considered nga maalanganin po ang iyang structural integrity. If I'm correct, engineer?
So, kaning foreign attachments, this other than wires and cables. So, mo include ano yung katong mga advertisements sa election, campaign, limit, apil ni kay other than wires and cables man.
But also, Mr. Chair, under the definition of terms, foreign attachments can also be construed to mean anything that is not anything attached to the poll not owned by the poll owner.
Okay. Engineer Therese?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Naalam ko'y pangutana po. kinsa dai mo determine nga na-overload ang pole? Dayon na notice po nako dinhi sa membership sa OCCUP TTF, wala po na membro si city engineer. Dili man nga just because we're civil engineers, nga kami ra po'y kabalo mo compute unsa ng mga dead load and mga live load nga gi-carry sa pole. Pero dapat unta si city engineer ma-include din siya sa task force.
Can you respond to that?
Unless ang nasulat man ko dinhi does not exceed the load capacity of the pole provided by law, unless na ay for every pole there is a table nga kung inani nga klase nga pole, if it's a wooden pole inani nga table makaresist ni og inani nga kilograms, kung concrete siya nga pole inani ra pud iyang ma-resist nga load. Pero kinsa may mo determine ana?
Attorney Francis, you have
Yes,
the floor.
Mr. Chair, the first iteration of this ordinance engineer, the first draft that I made, there was actually already the specific designation of who will compose this task force na naging mga pangalan. And in fact, however, I was made known recently also by the majority floor leader that the same cannot be made possible because the ordinance is of a permanent nature. So that's why the majority floor leader suggested that the offices be made blank. But the chairperson really, the intention of this ordinance was that the chairperson was someone from the city engineering's office. I believe I have mistakenly omitted the same engineer. But the reality is, si city engineer's office gyud ang chairperson aning ordinance. And then the co-chairperson is someone from the Bureau of Fire Protection.
Thank you for that, Mr. Chair. One more thing. Lipay ko aning clearing operations kay naamagoy mga daghan kaayo nga ga-install labi na kining fiber optics. Ibilin ra gyud na nila ang ilahang mga cables after installation. And fiber optics are special waste since naay material niya nga glass, then ay mga sharp nga object. So maayo pod nga naani nga ordinansa para ma-address gyud ni nato nga dili lang basta-basta ibilin sa mga kontraktor sa PLDT, kontraktor sa SMART, ipangbilin ra gyud na nila sa dalan. In fact, kami ni Sir Dondon nang hipos mi ana. Kay pila na lang kasi mana amo sang gitistingan nga naabay mukuha ba ni wala man jud gikuha. So mohangyo unta ko kung if we can access the CCTV pohon aron makakita mi kinsa ning magbilin og ingana ana para may show na to violation ticket for littering.
Thank you, Engineer. I confirm the statement of Attorney Francis that we have a preliminary discussion on this ordinances before we vote this to the Council for first reading on the order of the city mayor nga amo sang i-discuss sa legal department kin ordinance, then among i-pass for first reading, then public hearing. So I confirm that. Okay. So any other query? Okay, para makita ito sa lain pa itong kakulangon.
Mr. Chair, isa lang
ma'am, you have the floor, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. I'm John Beltran from City Planning Office. Ako lang for information lang natay streamline guidelines for the issuance of permits and clearances for the erection of poles, construction, and underground fiber optic ducts. This is for the telecommunications and internet infrastructures. Now, for the foreign attachment, siguro kung magama na ning ordinance, Mr. Chair, ako lang ikuan nga naatay from the ILG nga processes for telcos. So maybe motap ta atong process nila nga guidelines para mahimo ning ordinance. Mara to, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. This ordinance seeks to complement the ILG circulars and memorandum. So in this further,
I have noticed here the role of the task force, and nakasulat magud dinhi sa DILG na ay towers, and yet we didn't mention towers sa ato ang mga provisions.
Towers, poles, and
Only electrical wirings. Pero dito sa among role, amo ang trabaho pohon, na nag-mention og towers. And kabalo mi nga na ay mga towers nga wala na pod nagamit. So basin maapil nato ning mga towers kay na-mention man ang towers dinhi.
Yes, engineer, we will take that into consideration po.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other comments, observations, remarks? Sir, you have the floor, sir.
May nga po, Mr. Chair. Sandy from Globe
Identify yourself
Telecom.
first. Please identify yourself first.
Sandy from Globe Telecom. Just like to clarify further regarding Section 5, permit for pole use.
Yes.
It is mentioned na consent to attach na I-form, and also it was mentioned na wala siya'y bayad. So meaning this is included sa scope terms of new installation.
Consent to attach is given by the pole owner. So, not to say nga walay bayad, but it's up to you and the pole owner on the specific financial arrangement. Because we would not want to put words into the mouth of the pole owner to say nga dili mo magpabayad. Ang walay bayad is the issuance of the permit to attach from the LGU.
Okay, sir. Noted. And then, i-clarify ko lang is that since yung mga subscribers na to, as we understand also that the scope of this ordinance is for the safety of the public in terms of overloading our poles. So since every day naatay mga new wires being installed during application, so I understand that the ordinance include the scope also na every time we attach a wire, we have to secure a permit and a consent to attach. Am I
Consent
correct?
from the pole owner. Consent from the pole owner.
Yeah.
Pole owner.
Yes.
Tama,
Yes,
sir.
Mr. Chair. Every time any new foreign attachments is introduced into the pole to an already existing pole, both consent to attach and permit to attach must be secured.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Honorable Romero, please. You have the floor.
Mr. Chair, if we can call the attention of a representative from Wilsey, maybe they can shed light about concerning the poles and wires.
Is there somebody from Wilsey? Sir, can you give your observations also and remarks about this ordinance?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, and to all the members of the City Council. May hapon ka na to, tanan. I am Vicente Rupinta, the OIC and Institutional Services Department of MLC2. With regards to the pole owner, pole owner attachment. So, dalawang bagay ang pag-uusapan natin ito, yung consent to attach at saka permit to attach. With regards to the telcos, the cable companies, we have existing joint pole agreement right now. So, ang consent to attach, kaganina gisgutan nga i-issue sa mga new entrant of your service. So, mapunay ako ang question kaganina supposed to be kay naamang tayo existing joint pole agreement. So, every time within the jurisdiction of Usami City, og mag-extend mog linya, example in Litapan, Manaka o galang nga area, so kinahanglan mo og consent to attach sa AMOA. Right ba na siya, sir? No? Then mag-issue pod, mangayo pod mo permit to attach sa licensing division. So at that moment, although we have the existing pole agreement, so mura siya og mas mo kuha pa ang atong requirements. Mas mo add on sa to requirements tungod kay mangayo man permit to attach sa licensing division. O sa muapod nga side, especially sa pole owners, kung maka-issue na may og consent to attach, despite na tay joint pole agreement, so mura po siya mahimog duplication. But for purposes of safety and precautions, safety of lives, so much better nga na siya, di ba sir? And additionally, katong sa existing pod nato nga mga poste, giingon sa nina ni ma'am sa city engineer nga existing siya pero wala ma-pull out tungod kay naa ang mga telcos, naapod ang mga cables. So dugay-dugay na po na siya nga problema po nato, no? Unless i-declare sa ato ang joint task force nga kana siya although existing pero wala na ginagamit ang mga wire kaya pwede na pulauton. So base sa ato standard nga procedure, pag doon na may ilisdan og poste, mag-notice man mi sa inyo nga i-transfer. So wala lang siguro po na butang din ha og pila ka number of days do naaman mi existing nga contract nga mag-notice mi sa ilaha para i-remove ang ilahang attachment, ibalhin sa pool. So pwede na to siya ma-add-ons diya, sir, ang pila ka number of days sa pool owners nga mag-notice sa pool users nga i-remove or i-transfer nila ang ilahang mga wires and cables ngadto sa inyong poste.
We leave the wisdom of that to the task force. So the task force will create their own internal rules as to when, for example, the pole owner will say remove the wires. It will be the task force to determine the appropriate number of days. Engineer, yes? So, the wisdom of requiring the consent to attach, and then I understand nga medyo hassle na po dyan sa inyong part. The intention man gyud sa consent to attach is what is contained in the consent to attach. Basically, the undertaking nga bahalag magdugang pa ni si pole user og wire dili pa mo sobra sa allowed nga load.
Yes, sir.
So even if naamoy existing agreement and then mo ingon ta nga dili na ko mangayog consent to attach kay na may existing agreement, it can be nga magpadayon og attach og wire not knowing nga overloaded na di ay.
Yes, sir.
And then when it comes to the question who will be ultimately liable, magtinudluay na din si pole owner o si pole user. That is the evil that we're trying to avoid. So I hope, Mr. Chair, that clarifies things.
Yes, kung naamoy agreement na daan, no question, but you have to comply with this ordinance. Kaya naamoy owner nga, di gin mo overload ang poles ba? Kamu may insure nga di gin mo overload, so mahatag mo consent, insure po niyo nga di gin mo overload ang pole, ang i-attach sa mga wires, cables. So, na po may responsibility sa pool owner. Okay? So, any other query? Honorable Siso?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Clarifications lang, Mr. Chair, with respect sa mga poste bitaw sa the pole owners kay the city engineers has already identified more than 7,000 ka mga poste karon nga existing sa POLC lang. Wa pa ilabot sa other mga companies. May we know if these 7,000 from the city treasurer or from the BPLO kung tanan na updated ba ang ilang mga permits ani or are they paying or say status of the 7,000?
Ma'am Pe, can you answer the query of Honorable Siso?
Actually, they're already assessed, pero pending sa pagkakaroon. Pag yun ma-completed.
Pending pa ang? Unsa ma'am?
Nanay assessment, pero wala pag yun ma-final na to ang payment.
Wala pa update. Kamulo pag-update. Una nabagi mga permit, mga sa license sa pagkuhan sa pool, pag-install. Okay. Ano ba siya? So, satisfied na? So, another query. Sir Kerwin, you have the floor. Can I give the microphone to Sir Kerwin?
Good afternoon. So, regarding po sa mga poles ba, we heard from some of the property owners na some of the poles nga nasulod sa ilang property. So, what is the proper way of addressing those concerns?
Murag, it will be another regulation. Katong poles nga, sold sa ilang property. It be subject to another ordinance lahi lang ang balaod. Do you have any idea that, Ma'am Juano or Ma'am Pe? Attorney Bases.
In my understanding, Sir Kerwin, the pole was installed on private property without any previous agreement whatsoever?
As far as I understand from katong mga concerned parties nga they were not aware nga nasulod silang property, they were not informed isulod silang property.
They were not informed nga sulod.
Ah,
Mr. Chair, I believe the installation of the poles constitute an easement over the use of the property, and it is now up to the private person and the pole owner to decide amongst themselves the proper compensation.
Yes, but separate law on that, Sir Kerwin. Kay, ang imo nyo, yuta, pabit ko na, pabit. Kung na maghimo ka pabit na, wala, ipanaysin mo, that's the basis of your right as owner of the property.
pero once nga katong kailangan sila o permit to sa daw katong magbutang sila new poles. So will that address that concern in the future polls? Kay before sila pwede mo butang og new pole, assess pa man di ba nga pwede ba nila butangan ng katong
Ang ilang unahong yulog pananghit, ang tagiya yun sa yuta. Usa sa mga yog, mga regulatory agencies na ipimit ang ilang pagtukod. Di ba? Ikaw may tayo sa yuta, wala yung makatukod, wala yung pumisyon yuta, kung wala kay consent, ang tagiya. So, kung nakakakansin ka, una sila mo isort o ang agency sa national agency nga manangit nga maghimo og improvement, kailangan may kasi ang owner. So, muna yung unahon, buhaton dili kay maghimog, permit na sa una agency, mutukod sa imo, ulahin na ka. Unahon ang owner sa property, panangit. Usa, ang ubang regulatory bodies, panangit na mutukod siya, pwede tower ba, pole ba, so unahon ang tagiya sa property. Sir Kerwin, kay that's a private property, kung di manangit, is encroachment on privacy rights na sa owner. Okay?
Thank you.
In other query by my colleagues or from the public about this ordinance, proposed ordinance? Sir, you have the floor. Please identify for the record. Please identify, sir, for the record.
Mr. Chair, good afternoon po. I'm Agustin Lumayot, representative from PLDT. Sir, may I clarify lang po, sir, regarding po sa permit. We have two types, sir, for installing of pools. We have, number one is a new site. Meaning, sir, na yung mga area nga ang mga tao need og internet, but PLDT is wala pa internet ng area, then PLDT initiate nga magbutang mi og internet, so we need magbutang mi pole, sir. So I could sir is ang mga existing pole, sir, nga example mga rotten poles need to replace or kanang mga widening, sir, sa mga DPWH nga ilang request na, sir, for to remove and then mo relocate may lain nga area, sir, kay once nga ang wire, sir, nga nag-aerial, sir, wala na siya pole nga naga support, sumusagi na, sir. So we need to put good another poste, sir. So one time, sir, sa Banyadero, magbutang nung taming poste, sir, kay na ay project dito, kuhaan to siya nga poste, dili na po to siya magamit, then we nagbutang mi og usa ka poste, sir, but suddenly, sir, a certain one konsehal, sir, sa Banyadero, sir, stop na mo og operate kay need to permit sa LGU, sir. So my question is, sir, is appeal ba ang mga existing nga katong mga existing nga ma-remove like what I see before nga mag-install ng bag-o since existing man siya, sir, tapos PLDT initiated kay need lagi na to butangan og posting nga bag-o, sir. So appeal ba ang mga existing or katulang mga new site nga example like mga Kinuman sa Norte, like that one, sir?
Can you respond to that?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Ma'am Oano, can you respond to that?
From what I can understand from your query, sir, so bali na existing pole and then this will be transferred or relocated?
Yes po, ma'am. Bali, the existing pole, ma'am, is need to, no need na to use, ma'am, because broken na siya. Kay sometimes mga pole naman, ma'am, is concrete man gud siya, ma'am. So, need to remove. So, no need to, dili na siya pwede ma-use. So, we need to we need to use new poles. So, my problem is, ma'am, is kung mabutang may poste, ma'am, Naamoy mo stop na mo, good ma'am.
Yes, sir. Kay kinahanglan man the language of the law states per pole. So if you're going to construct a new pole or post, then you will be required to secure the permit.
Okay po. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. Sir Nanding, you have the floor. Can I give microphone to Sir Nanding?
Perhaps it's a final clarification, Your Honor. If the task force determine or finds that there are overloads post na nadaan, may we implement this ordinance retroactively, Your Honor?
Do you get the query, Attorney Francis?
Retroactive, Sir Nanding, the question is retroactively. So can we penalize existing overloaded poles? That is the query po. The law does not allow for us to create that kind of law, Mr. Chair, unless there is an ordinance which specifically provides for a retroactive clause. We cannot retroactively penalize those existing overloaded poles. And because the ordinance carries with it a penal section, penal statutes are always to be construed prospectively, never retroactively. So the best the task force can do is, the moment they see an overloaded pole, they have the recommendation as to which wires are able to be removed, or if it's not possible, then which wires, depending on order of who came first, are to be removed in order to bring about the structural integrity of the pole once again.
Yes, because if we penalize a pole na overloaded na, it will become an ex post facto law. Nga it penalize something, dili pa violation during the time. So, kanang query, matubag na sa DLG Circular 122 at August 2024 nga i-clear yun ang mga overloaded poles. I-clearing sa DLG. Night task force na mo conduct clearing sa overloaded poles. Pero kung mahimot ang balaot, i-penalize ng mga poles nga overloaded na, it will become an ex post facto law. Di na pwede. Kaya we are penalizing an act committed at a time wala pa yung balaog na penalize sa maong violation. Okay? In other query. Wala na. I will be happy to terminate this public hearing kung anong mga query. Sir Francis, can you provide a final statement of this ordinance? Or Ma'am Wano? Can you provide a final statement about this ordinance? Final statement, kung ano may query?
Just a reminder for those who will be applying for the permit to attach that we will also make sure that you have complied with requirements such as the mayor's permit or the mayor's business permit, so as to ensure regulation not just in the wirings but also in your business activity within the city.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, in the absence of any further queries, clarifications, and views and observations, no, the chair would like to thank everybody, the stakeholders who are present now, for sparing their valuable time to attending this public hearing, to provide their inputs and views, remarks about this ordinance so that we could really come up with the correct ordinance to be brought to the plenary next regular session of this August Valley. So thank you, everybody. Take your snacks, nanay snacks. Okay na? Oh. Latagan ng snacks na. So on that note, this chair is happy to declare that this public hearing